What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Deep Digger Sports Pod. I'm your host, Drew, with my other host right here next to me.
What's up? It's D. Welcome back. This is the 49ers Diamond Pick of the Week, where every week me and Drew make a pick looking through the best bets from the 49ers game. This week, we're on a short week. Drew, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling good because it's a Thursday. My Thursdays get better now that I can watch 49ers make a little money. And go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. You don't want to miss this segment every week. We're making money. We won like a 9 out of 11.
Some pretty nice.
Past
Some
11
pretty
weeks.
nice.
And I just want to throw out there before we get into this pick, we're going to be at the game, the Washington versus 49ers game. So come find us in parking lot Green Lot 4. We'll be there.
Yep. So we'll be at the game. But this week coming up, it is a division rival matchup. We all know the Seahawks. They're not going to back down. This is for the division. If the 49ers win, they will clinch the NFC West. So taking a look at it, the spread, 49ers are the favorite by 3 points. Money line is, if you were to take the 49ers just to win straight up, the odds are minus 180, meaning you would have to place a bet of $180 to win 100 back. The over-under is 43. This week has just been one of the toughest week when looking at the odds, just because there's a lot of unknown. Brock Purdy does have the oblique and ribs injury. It's a short week. It's a very hostile environment going into Seattle. So, Drew, how you feeling about what I just laid out for you?
It's going to be a tough fought game. I think they're not going to back down. They're a solid squad. Looking back at Geno Smith's last 4 games, he has great numbers. So despite them kind of falling off, I don't think it's been his fault. They have some young corners. I think it's going to be a great game. I fully expect Purdy to play, but as of right now, he has no individual props. So we're really digging into these numbers right now, guys. With Debo hurt, Brock Purdy hurt, Kenneth Walker on the Seahawks hurt. I think Kenneth Walker and Purdy will play, but it's really messing with these prop bets. So let's dig into a little bit of the individual stats here.
Yeah, and so digging into Geno Smith, upon first look, me and you looked like, all right, so his over-under is 239.5. And we looked at each other and we're like, easy under, right? Well, then you looked into Geno Smith's last 5 games and it looks pretty good. And it's like, oh man, they really haven't fallen off as far as the passing game. So
yeah, he has 264, 367, 328, 275, 275. Like, the guy is slinging the ball. They're not a conservative offense.
Yeah, and I feel really confident in, if this was a close fought game, that they would hold Geno to this. But what if it's another Brock Purdy blowout and they're just, by the end of it, like, all right, yeah, fuck it, put in the third string and let's let them throw it all over the place, Geno Smith would stay in the game, but, all these starting for the 49ers would not. So I'm a little bit hesitant there. And they have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. I'm a little bit about that. What about you?
And to be fair, Ufunga 2 weeks ago got beat deep twice.
Yeah.
And then last week, Mike Evans beat them deep. And then I think there was another play they got beat deep that got called back. So 2 explosive guys on their offense. What else we got here for the stats?
Yeah, going down the list. So rushing yards, Christian McCaffrey, his over-under is 78.5 yards. A week ago, I would have been like, yep, let's do it. But now with the emergence, not the emergence, but let's see if they're going to start to listen to the fans a little bit. And hey, let's not utilize. Well, obviously now Deebo Samuel's out of the mix, but let's not utilize Christian McCaffrey as much. Let's put in now the newly elevated Tevin Coleman. Let's put in Jordan Mason, who's actually looked good on a few of those runs. So maybe this is the week he really gets a lot of work and gets to shine.
Yeah, it worries me. You looked at me when we saw this McCaffrey number. You were like, oh, that's our pick. And I was like, it's a short week. McCaffrey is a guy that we can't afford to lose now at this point. And we don't want to be in a Brock Purdy situation like last week where we were like, we're betting the over and this guy's done after 3 quarters because he just blew the team out. And we don't hit the over.
He was too good.
Yeah, so McCaffrey might be in a similar situation where we're winning by so much they just sit him down. And Jordan Mason now might be the time to break him out on a short week. I think he has like 120, 130 yards over the last 3 weeks. So he's itching to get on the field with fresh legs.
Yep, I'm taking a look at the receiving. This is also just a toss up for me. Like we're kind of just shooting at shooting darts in the dark here. Brandon Ayuk 51.5. George Kittle 41.5. Kyle Juszczyk, this one's kind of tasty. It would only take really one catch from Kyle Juszczyk, and that is 7.5 yards, just 7.5 yards. The one that did kind of blow me away that we've talked this guy up so much is Jawan Jennings. This has been our guy for the majority of this season. But his now is actually 28.5 yards. And I know that you were thinking like, oh, well, maybe this is going to be something we can actually roll with again. Tell me your thoughts a little bit on that.
I just figured with Debo out, the next logical thing was Jawan Jennings stepping up to the number 2 spot. And we've seen he's been more than capable in the 3rd receiver spot and a 4th receiver spot. He's looked really good this season. So I'd expect him to step up, but you just never know with Kyle. Like he really wants to make Ray a guy. And we've seen that with the playtime. Like he's constantly on the field, but he's not really having the production. And that doesn't affect Kyle. Like he's like, I'm still going to throw him out there and run the system the way I want it. So, I mean, maybe Juwan, he has had games where he gets over 28, but it is a toss up, especially Kittle. He can have a great game and get a touchdown, but 40 yards is like Kittle is not being used the same as we're used to. He's just not used in the passing game. So it's tough, especially if Brock Purdy somehow doesn't play and we got to roll out there with Josh Johnson. We might as well, if we're betting the over on receiving yards, we might as well throw money away,
Just burn it at this point. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of looking through the rest of these props. There's nothing really that kind of stands out to me, especially coming, again, just with the unknown of Brock Purdy. I'm fairly confident he is going to play, but...
And then didn't they take off Bosa's sack number?
Yeah, so that's not even a prop anymore because I think they know it's just given he's going to get a sack. So I think for me, I'd feel the most comfortable, one, taking the easy route and just doing 49ers money line, but the odds aren't that great. So we're going to up the ante a little bit. We'll actually do the, 49ers -3. That's better odds at -120. I would feel comfortable doing that. Just not taking a prop bet this week. Let's just go 49ers to beat the spread.
Yeah. And I think if we've done prop bets the last like 8 weeks, something like that, if I'm not wrong. So let's go with, the 49ers to cover. I'm cool with that.
All right. So you heard it here. That's the diamond pick this week. It is 49ers -3. So let's go out and get a win, baby.
Yeah. And follow us on Twitter at the Deep Dig Pod. Let us know if you're going to be at that Washington SF game. We'd love to have a beer with y'all.
Yep. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. Later.